loves, thank you so much for joining me today for this tutorial. So we will be using medium 4 worsted weight yarn. I'm using two different colors. This is going to be my main color. It's light sage, and white would be the outside color. We also will be using a 5mm crochet hook and then a pair of scissors. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so getting started, we are going to make a magic circle. So you're going to wrap the yarn, lay it across two of your fingers, and then wrap it around, and then you're going to create an X. Now we're going to take our hook and we're going to go under this first loop, and then we're going to pull through the second one underneath the first one. Right, and then we're going to go ahead and we are going to chain one. And then we're going to chain another 2. So it'll be a total of a chain 3. Alright, and now this chain 3, it does count as a stitch. So what we're going to do is we're going to make some double crochets into the circle. So we're going to yarn over. You're going to insert hook and you pull up a loop. And then we're going to yarn over, we're going to pull through 2, and we're going to pull through 2. This will be our second double crochet. All right, and we're going to do this again. Yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2. This will be 3. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a total of 16 double crochets into this circle. So go ahead and make your 16 double crochets. Remember that chain 3, it does count as a stitch, and I will meet you guys back once you're done making those double crochets. All right, so I have my 16 double crochets. I'm going to go ahead and close this up a bit. I'm going to find the chain 3 and then the top of the chain 3. So it's 1, 2, 3. We're going to go ahead and slip stitch into the top of the chain 3. Remember where that is, and then we're going to chain 2. So once we have chain 2, we are going to yarn over, insert our hook into that same stitch where we just got through slip stitching in, and we're going to pull up a loop. Try to make it high to where it is. We're going to yarn over again, and we're going to go into that same stitch, and we're going to pull up a loop. Again, you want to make it high. We're going to yarn over one more time, and we're going to go into that same stitch, and we're going to pull up a loop. All right, and then we're going to yarn over, and we're going to pull through all loops except the last loop. So then you should have 2 loops on your hook. Then we're going to yarn over, and we're going to pull through the last 2, and then we're going to do a chain 1. All right, so we're going to go into our next stitch, which will be this one right here. Not this one here, but this one. So we're going to yarn over. We're going to go into that next stitch. We're going to pull up a loop. We're going to yarn over, go into the same stitch, pull up a loop. Yarn over, go into the same stitch, pull up a loop, and yarn over, pull through all loops except this last one here, and then we're going to yarn over, we're going to pull through 2, and then chain 1. All right, so we are going to repeat this all the way around. Until we get to our last stitch. Do the same thing in the last stitch, and then I will let you know what we'll be doing after that. All right, so I have made it around all the way to my last stitch. So to make sure that you are on the right track, go ahead and count your little clusters. Make sure that there's 16. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. All right, so after you have did that last cluster, you pulled through 2, and then you did your chain 1. We are going to slip stitch into the top of the chain 2, which is here. So go ahead and do your slip stitch, and then we're going to chain 2. You can go ahead and pull this circle a little closed as well if you would like. I normally do it after each row, just to make sure that it's closed tight. All right, so our third round here, what we're going to do is, so here is the chain 2, and then here's our chain 2 that we just did. Right between that, it's a space right here. That is where we are going to be working in. So what we're going to do is we're going to yarn over, insert our hook into this first space. We're going to pull up a loop, kind of pull it kind of tall. We're going to yarn over, we're going to pull through 2. Then we're going to yarn over, we're going to insert our hook into that same space, pull a loop up, yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over, insert hook into space, yarn over, pull through 2. So you should have 4 loops on your hook now. So we're going to yarn over, we're going to pull through all 4, and then we're going to chain 2. All right, so now we're going to go to the next space. We're going to yarn over, insert our hook into the next space, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2. Yarn over, insert into space, yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, insert into space, yarn over, pull through 2, 4 loops on your hook, and you're going to yarn over and you're going to pull through all 4, and then we're going to do a chain 2. So we're going to repeat this all the way around until we get to our last stitch, and put it in the last stitch as well. So go ahead and get this completed, and then I will meet you guys back once you have gotten around to your last stitch. All right, so I have made it back around to the last space. I put my little cluster into the last space there. So what we're going to do is make sure that the center is closed up tight. All right, and then we are going to find the top of our chain 2 from our previous row. I'm sorry, from the beginning of this row, and then we're going to slip stitch into the top of the chain 2. All right, and then we're going to chain 1. Go ahead and get your scissors and cut, and then go ahead and pull. All right, so what we're going to do is we will be adding our white yarn now. All right, so where we left off here, we're going to find that space next to it, and we're going to go clockwise, which is to the right, and we are going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces over. That's where we're going to be starting. Go ahead and make your slip knot, attach your yarn. All right, and then we are going to chain up 4. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so this does count as a treble crochet. So we are going to work on doing a few more treble crochets into this space. So we're going to yarn over 2, insert our hook into that same space. We're going to pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2. All right, we're going to do this one more time. We're going to yarn over 2, insert hook into space. Make sure you're working over that tail, and we're going to pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2. All right, so now we're going to chain 1. We're going to go into the next space, and we're going to yarn over, and we're going to do 3 double crochets into the next space. So yarning over, insert hook into space, pull up loop, yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2. All right, so we have our 3 double crochets. So we're going to chain 1, go into the next space. We're going to do another 3 double crochets, yarn over, insert hook, pull through 2, pull through 2. All right, we're going to chain 1. Next space, we're going to do another 3 double crochets. So we are yarning over, insert, pull through 2, pull through 2. All right, we're going to do a chain 1. All right, so in this next space, it is going to be a corner. So we're going to do a treble crochet. So we're going to yarn over twice, insert hook into space, pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2. All right, we're going to make 2 more of these into the same space. So we are yarning over 2, inserting hook, pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2. All right, we're going to do a chain 2, and we're going to make 3 more treble crochets into the same space. So yarning over twice, inserting hook, pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2. and then we're going to do one more. Oh, yarn over twice, I'm sorry. All right, so this is what our corner would look like. We have 3 trebles, chain 2, 3 trebles. So we're going to repeat this starting here. In the next 3 spaces, we're going to do 3 double crochets into each with a chain space in between each one of those. So go ahead and do those 3 spaces with the 3 double crochets, and I'll meet you back at the corner to refresh you on that. All right, so I have did the 3 double crochets into the next 3 spaces. All right, and then after that last double crochet, we are going to chain 1. All right, and in this space, we're going to do our corner. So we're going to yarn over 2, insert hook. We're going to pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2. We're going to do 2 more treble crochets into that same space, yarning over twice, pulling through 2, pulling through 2, pulling through 2. Then we're going to chain 2. We're going to do 3 more treble crochets. And again, this is going to be the corner. All right, so then once we have did that last treble crochet, we're going to chain 1. And again, we're going to repeat what we did over here. We're going to do 3 double crochets into the next space, chain 1, 3 double crochets into the next space, chain 1, and then 3 double crochets into that third space and chain 1. All right, and this one will be a corner, so we're going to do the same thing that we did over here. 3 trebles, chain 2, 3 trebles, and then the last 3 spaces will be double crochets, and I will meet you back on that last space so I can show you what we're going to be doing from there. All right, so I have gotten to that last space with my 3 double crochets. So what we're going to do is we are going to chain 1. All right, and then into this first space here where we started, we are going to do 3 double treble crochets. So we're going to yarn over 2, insert hook, pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2. All right, so that is one of my trebles. Here is 2, and then here is the third one. All right, and then we're going to chain 2, and we're going to slip stitch into the top of that first chain 4 that we did. All right, and then we're going to chain 3. All right, and what we're going to do is we're going to put a double crochet into this first stitch here. This does count as a double crochet, the chain 3. So we're going to put a double crochet into that first stitch. All right, and then we're going to find this next stitch here, and we're going to put a double crochet into this stitch. Now we have gotten to a chain 1 space. We're going to put a double crochet there. All right, and then this next stitch, we're going to put a double crochet. All right, so we're going to continue to put double crochets into each space and also into each stitch over the double crochet. So go ahead and continue doing this, and I will meet you back once you have gotten to this corner with the treble crochets here. All right, so I have got to the treble crochet. So what we're going to do is we're going to put a double crochet into the top of the first one, the second one, and the third one. Now once we have gotten to this space, we're going to put a double crochet. And then we're going to chain 1, and we're going to put a double crochet into that same space, right? And then we're just going to continue with double crochets into each space and each stitch around. And then whenever you get to each of the corners of the chain 2 here, we're going to do a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet into that space, and then continue all the way around with that same pattern. I'll meet you back on that last stitch. All right, so I have made it around. I ended on a space, so I did the double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, and now just slip stitch into the top of the chain 3, right? And then you're going to chain up 1 and cut. Okay, so this is 1 square here. So what you want to do is you do want to measure around like your waist. Because we are making individuals like this and connecting them as we go, you can just kind of do it to your body frame. So my waist is about maybe 34 inches. So total, I made 24 squares. I also did use, I did 2 different greens. So I also have this green here that I did. So I did 12 of these squares and then 12 of these squares here. All right, so let's go ahead and get these connected. Now, I do love this darker green here. So that's the color that I'm going to be using to connect all of my squares with. All right, okay, so we have 2 squares here, and I'm going to show you how to connect them. So the top part, it will be connected this way. So they're going to be connecting here in the corners. This is the front, and this will be the top part of the dress. All right, so what we're going to do is you're going to find any side that you want to use. So we're going to go ahead and we will start in this chain space here. That's where I'm going to be starting at. So insert your hook, go ahead and get your yarn, make a slip knot, and attach. All right, we're going to chain up 3. Okay, and we're going to make 1 more double crochet into that same chain space. All right, and then in this next stitch, we're going to make a double crochet. Right, next stitch, we're going to make double crochet. We're going to repeat this, make double crochets all the way around, and then stop right before you get to this chain space. So we're going to go all the way across, and then we're going to be stopping here. And here's the chain space. And I will meet you guys at that point. All right, so I have made it around to the stitch before the chain space. So we're going to get our other one here. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we're going to find the chain space on this one, which is here. So now what we're going to do is our chain space here, we are going to insert our hook, and then we're going to find the chain space on this one. We're going to insert our hook, right, and then we're going to yarn over, and we're going to pull through both of those, and we're going to do a slip stitch, and then we're going to do a chain 3. All right, and then into the chain space on this one here, we're going to do a double crochet into that chain space. Okay, and then into the next space, we're going to do a double crochet. Okay, and then we're going to continue doing double crochets. All the way across until we get to that chain space. So continue doing double crochets all the way across until we get to this chain space here, and I'll meet you guys back. All right, so I have made it here to the chain space, so we're going to put 1 double crochet into that chain space for now. We're going to chain up 1, cut. All right, so now what we're going to be doing is we are going to be adding This one here, like I said, I did do 2 different colors. I'm going to be alternating the rows as well. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to get this one here attached. Right, so what we're going to do is go ahead and make a slip knot. All right, so this is how it's going to be looking from the front, but just for tutorial purposes, I am going to turn my work this way so that you guys can kind of see what's going on. All right, so what we're going to do is we are going to find, this is the chain space, the double crochet chain space, chain 1 double crochet. So we're going to insert into this corner, and then we're also going to find the same corner here. We can turn it this way, so there it is. Right, so this is how we are going to be attaching it. All right, so you're going to pull through. Right, and then we're going to chain up 1. All right, so I'm going to turn it this way now. So this is where we attached it at. So what you're going to do is looking at it this way. So here are my stitches here. So we have the front loop, and then we have the back loop. So just looking at this would be our back loop, and then this would be our front loop. Okay, on this side, this would be our front loop, this would be our back loop. So what we're doing is we're going to go into the front loop here, and then front loop here. Okay, so this is where we're going to be going into. So once we go into this first front loop, you want to make sure that you keep your yarn down. All right, so we're going to keep it below everything. So when we are going into the front loop on this side, it's going to be down. All right, and it's still going to be down when we go into the front loop on this side here. And then we're going to yarn over, and we're going to do a slip stitch. All right, so we are going to go into this first loop here, and then the first loop here. So the ones that are closest to each other, we're going to yarn over, and we're going to do a slip stitch. So we are going to repeat this by going into this front loop here and keeping the yarn down, and then going into this loop here, yarn over, and doing a slip stitch. All right, so go ahead and repeat this until we get to the chain space. So we're going to repeat this all the way down until we make it to the chain spaces here. All right, so go ahead and repeat that, and I will meet you guys back. All right, so I have made it to all of the chain spaces here. So what we're going to do is, here is where the chain space is on this one. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to go through this one here. Right, and then with this one, here is the chain space for this one. So remember, make sure the yarn is down, and we're going to go over it, and then we're going to pull through both of those, if I can get that through. All right, there we go. All right, and then we're going to chain 1. All right, now we have connected this side here. So now we're going to be connecting this side here. All right, so we'll just turn it this way, and it's basically the same thing that we just done. That's how we're going to be connecting everything. So go ahead, and we are going to, after the chain 1, we're going to go into the front loop here. And I'm sorry, this would be a back loop. I think I was saying front loop, but I'm sorry. front loop on the top one, and then it would be the back loop here. So you want to go underneath, and then pull through all of that. And then we want to continue doing this. Again, make sure that this yarn is underneath while you are doing your slip stitches to connect those. All right, so go ahead and finish, and then I will meet you guys back. All right, so this is the layout that I have. So this is the top part, and then we have the middle part. So this is the layout. So I did want to kind of show you guys how I did my sides. So I put these two together, and then I attached this middle one, and then this is the front. So then the sides, I connected here, and then I folded it. So here is just an example of how I did that. So with this one here, so it's a whole one that was attached here, and then folded it in, and then attach it here how I just showed you guys. But this is how you're gonna want to do it. Now, depending on how wide you want it, then you can do a whole one, and then the next one you can fold it over like this. But I just wanted to kind of show you, because I had like a little bit of a problem with trying to get the whole layout together. But that's how I did it, just so you guys will kind of know. And then this is going to be the bottom here. All right, so I just want to show you that layout. Go ahead and get your layout and everything together, and then we'll go ahead and do the straps. All right, so getting started with the strap, we're going to go ahead and make our slip knot. All right, and then once I'm done with everything, we'll kind of polish up these edges here. So you can go ahead and slip stitch into the chain 3. Okay, and then we're going to chain 1. All right, and I'm going to be working over my tail as well. So next stitch, you want to go ahead and just do a single crochet. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so we've done 5 single crochets. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to chain 1, right? And then we are going to turn, right? And we're going to work in the back loops. So we're going to, in this first single crochet, we're going to do a back loop, single crochet, back loop, single crochet, and we're going to finish this all the way till we get to the end. One, two, three, 4, 5. All right, and then we're going to chain 1. We're going to turn our work, and we're going to repeat this until we have reached the length, excuse me, that you want your strap to be. So go ahead and continue this with back loops, single crochets until you have reached the length that you want it to be, and then I will meet you guys back. All right, so I have finished with my strap. So on that last stitch, I did go ahead and I chained 1. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to connect to the other side. So I have 5 stitches, so we are going to count back 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to connect this side of the strap to this one. So we're not going to place it like this. What we're going to do is we're going to kind of turn it this way. Now you can just flip your work inside out. I didn't want to have to do all that because my dress is a little long. So it's straight like this. We're just going to fold it over, push this over to the side, and then we're going to line it up here. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to go into that first stitch and then we're going to go into the stitch, first stitch on this side, and we're going to do a slip stitch. All right, we're going to go into the next stitch, and then we're going to go into the next stitch on this side, and we're going to do a slip stitch, and you're going to repeat this all the way down until you have gotten to the end of this. All right, so I got to the end. I did chain up one and cut here. So now what we're gonna do is, for the arm portion, I did leave a square open for the arm portion. So what we're gonna do is we are gonna go ahead and we are going to work around this arm portion here. So I'm going to still be using the dark green, so go ahead and make a slip knot, and we are just going to attach right here in the corner. All right, I'm going to chain one. All right, in that next stitch we're going to do a single crochet. All right, next stitch we're going to do another single crochet, and we're going to repeat this all the way around. So you're going to continue with single crochets going all the way around for the arm portion. So we're going to go here. I'm going to work over this little tail here, and I'm going to come back around here. All right, and then I will meet you guys back once you have gotten to this one here. All right, so I have made it all the way around. So I started here, worked my way all the way around, and now we are here. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and polish off this strap. All right, so we're going to do a single crochet into this first row here. All right, and we're going to do another single crochet here. All right, and then we're going to do a single crochet into this next row, and you're going to repeat this around. So for each row you're going to do a single crochet. So go ahead and finish with this, and then you're going to chain up one and cut. All right, so now we are going to get ready and do the outline of the bottom of the dress. So what we're going to do is, let's go ahead and we're going to attach our yarn just in any corner, make that slip knot. All right, and we're going to chain up one, and we're going to make sure we work over our tail. So we're going to make a single crochet into this first stitch here. All right, we're going to make another single crochet, and we are going to do this all the way around. So you start at any corner and then make a single crochet into each stitch around. Okay, so we're going to go all the way up here and then all the way down here. So go ahead and get to the point, and once you get here I will meet you guys back to let you know what we're going to do there. All right, so I have made it up to the point here where we did double crochet, chain one, double crochet. So in the middle we're going to do a single crochet, chain one, and a single crochet into that same space. Right, and then we're going to continue with our single crochets all the way around. So go ahead and continue this all the way around the bottom of your dress. Now once you get here, when you have these little open spots right here, we can do the same thing. So just what I'll do is we'll go ahead and finish this up, and then I'll meet you back here and show you what you can do here. All right, so I have made it here to like the corner of the dress. So like I said, it's one here, and then just whenever, like it's another one like here when you have these wide open spaces, what we can do there. All right, so what we're going to do is I did a single crochet into that stitch right before the space. So we're going to insert here in the space, and we're going to pull up a loop. All right, and then we're going to single crochet, insert, into the next space, pull up a loop, and then we're going to pull through all 3. So let's say 2 single crochet together, okay? All right, so what we're going to do next is we see that same space, and then this next space here, we are going to insert and pull up a loop, and then in the next space, we're going to insert, pull up a loop, and then we're going to yarn over, and we're going to pull through all 3. So that's a single crochet together. So you're going to do 2 of those just to bridge that little gap, and then you'll continue around with your single crochets. So go ahead and get this completed, and then you are going to, once you get to your last stitch, you are going to go ahead and tie off. So you'll just chain 1, cut your yarn, and I'll meet you guys back after that. Okay, all right, so this is my entire dress from top to bottom. And then there is the lining. I do have a few things I need to snip here. So you guys can go ahead and do that. Tie up anything you need to tie up and go ahead and snip those things off. And I do want to thank you guys so much for joining me today for this tutorial. Make sure you subscribe to LaFonda's Crochet to my channel. I will have more things coming out soon. And then the next project is going to be, I'm going to make a hat to go with this dress. So stay tuned for that hat. And I hope you guys have a blessed day. You take care.